body bags where horror lies.
But anyways, this week, another random one for y'all. And this is the Arrow release of Island of Death. And of course, this is a video nasty. And doing a little research on it, it's actually one of the most notorious, per se. Maybe not the most notorious. Maybe that's not the word to use for as far as video nasties go. But it is the most globally banned movie in existence. It's banned in more states, and there's more cut versions of this in more countries than any other film, as far as video nasties go that I know. So I found that pretty interesting. And after watching this fully uncut version of Arrow, part of me can see why. Basic plot, I guess. Doesn't give you much motive, but basically you have this newlywed couple, or who are posing as a newlywed couple per se, lovers, that are vacationing in Greece. Of course, this was directed by Nico Masterikis. I'm sorry I butchered his name, but y'all know him. He's pretty notorious, a pretty well-known director from Greece. But anyways, yeah, you have this young newlywed couple posing in Greece, and basically they are ultimate sadists and murderers. So, they're taking them a little vacation in Greece, but they are more or less attacking and sleeping their way through the town. They're very sexually motivated, very sexual people, and this is a very sexually and perverse movie. I have to say that's like the main thing they get across in this movie. The first 15 to 20 minutes, I had seen three sex scenes, and I'd seen a man rape a goat. So that's just for starters, y'all. The movie's just getting started at that point. So, there's sex depicted of, same sex, both women and men. It's kind of got all bases covered as far as sexual taboos go and that kind of thing. So, there's I don't know how you would say that, just bodily fluids kind of stuff going on in this movie. A lot of just kind of shocking and awe stuff, man. I mean, that's the main drive of this movie that I can see. Some of the kills and gore were pretty fun for the most part. Of course, this is early 70s, so, you don't expect just amazing effects. But, it's bloody for what it was. And like I said, the kills don't seem to be much as the vocal point as the shock as much as the sex and the perversity of the film does. And I think that's really the motive. I forgot to mention the awesome tagline. The lucky ones got their brains blown out. That's the tagline. I think that's a fucking hilarious tagline. But anyways, kind of doing further research on this one. This movie it interested me. I'm not going to say it's a good movie. It's very interesting to me. Just the amount of shock they were going for. I mean, I think that's really their main motivation. Nico, I'm not going to butcher his last name again, even spoke out and said he had no artistic motivation making this film. So basically just doing a cash in, just trying to make profits on the recently released Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it just really wants to shock you and that kind of stuff. A lot of questionable things in this movie, though. It doesn't really ever talk about motivation as far as a backstory. And even with all of this craziness going on, it desensitizes you very early in the movie, I feel like. It did me personally. And it got boring after that. I mean, it was really just a bunch of random sexual cat and mouse kind of things that, like I said, after the first 30 minutes or so, I'd already seen all that. And I mean, it just kind of keeps going the whole movie. I felt like it dragged in parts. I don't know how I can even say that because just the shocking shit going on, but um, just the context and stuff. It's kind of like it just jumps from one thing to the other with no real flow or fluidity going on in it. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is a great movie, but I would say if you're a fan of exploitation, sleazy movies, this is right in your wheelhouse. Definitely check it out. Now, for me, I do like exploitation, but to the the point of just like all the sexual perverse and stuff, it just I don't know. It didn't really strike my fancy. Didn't do a whole lot for me in that regard. But like I said, if you're a fan of exploitation, really sleazy stuff, definitely check this one out. I wouldn't say it's a bad flick. It's worth a watch. There's some interesting camera work. Nothing Hitchcock or Kubrick or anything like that, but there is some interesting like overhead camera shots, stuff like that. And also, I felt like a lot of the dialogue, maybe that's part of what made me feel like it was a boring flick. Is the the downtimes in this movie didn't really continue the story or do anything really. I felt like it was just kind of boring here and there, and then there'd be a shocking moment, and then back to boring again. I don't. So the flow of this one just had me all out of whack. But I said for the gore and just for the fact of them they had to raise the bar and push the limits. They definitely accomplished that, especially in that time. I mean, I don't think of any. It's probably the most sexually perverse and taboo, disturbing kind of movie I've ever seen. So, that being said, I give it some credit there. In that regard, it's probably just worth viewing on that alone. Don't go out and pay a lot of the money for this one. In my opinion, I luckily didn't. But give it a watch if you ever see it, and it sounds like something you're interested in. But yeah, I would give it on a good day a 6 out of 10. Probably more like a 5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10 would be my review on that. And I kind of jumped the gun last week saying that we were going to have a crazy something excited planned for y'all. So that it will be next week. I'm not sure if Derek or anybody else has kind of released information on that, but stay tuned to Body Bags, and you will be hearing cool things coming down the horizon. Derek's got some cool shit planned, man. He's gonna hold down the channel, and as I said earlier, he's gonna make JP and Moods proud. At least I hope so. I know, best from my view, he has. So hell yeah, guys. As always, appreciate y'all watching. Until next week, peace.